Hello, guys. Hello. Y'all come on in. How y'all doing? We are back. We are live in the building. Again, my name is Cheryl Grabowski, and we have today with us Blaxican Bruce. All right. So we started a conversation this morning about what was it about? The tree of the knowledge of both good and evil. And so we had a conversation about that this morning. It was an exciting conversation. There was a lot of people that chimed in. So we're back to further that conversation. Bruce was listening in and he wanted a piece of the action. What's up, Bruce?
Not a lot. I was trying to figure out, was everybody on the same page about the tree of life and the tree of, knowledge of good and evil. And I was like, okay, I thought or I felt as though some people may have got it twisted a little bit, but I wasn't able to stay for the whole show. So I'm not sure if everybody was on the same page in the same book in the same chapter on that.
All right. Well, there were a lot of people who we were all at different places with it at the same time. Hey, Sunday Rose. Can you see the comments, Bruce? What's up, Toy?
Yeah, see him? What's going on? Good morning. Is it still that late, man? Is that still that early? Good morning.
I don't see where nobody said good morning.
No, Tori. You don't see that?
Oh yeah, I see it now. Well, it might be morning where Toy
Back on
is.
the back on the West Coast side, yeah.
Yeah, it might be.
For the
Sorry, can't stay long.
no
All
problem.
right, darling. So yeah. So Bruce, what's your take on it? Where do you wanna I'm eating, so I got some alpaca.
What'd you bring us?
Us don't have no lunch. Us already ate. But
True.
what I have is some alpaca. I got some chicken and some black beans and rice and plantains.
Here's one question I have for your audience. Are they aware that the Bible is a coded book? That's my question.
Okay, well, go ahead. You got the floor.
I mean, I'm asking because I mean, even as like I said, I've only read the Bible twice, and it took me a little over 10 years to read it twice. The first time I just read through to go over the stories I've been taught. But then when I came to the book of, when I came and realized and studied the fact that it's a coded book, I was like, okay, some people need it. Some people feel like they can't live without it, and it's fine. To each his own. But speaking of the Bible, when I was reading the book, and I used to ask the questions, what is the tree of life, and where is the tree of good and evil? I realized they were speaking of two different trees. They weren't speaking of one tree that one side was about life, and the other side of the tree was about good and evil. And no, it was two different trees. So I'm like, okay, well, what one tree was, if you according to the story and according to a little bit of study and questions I would ask, so-called pastors back then. Most of them have passed away, but they were saying you eat from that tree. They were like, you live an eternal life, but God said not to. Okay, you eat from the other one, you will get too much knowledge. You will try to compete with God and become what Lucifer was. You think you can be a God. You think you should be above God. So don't eat too much from the tree of knowledge, and don't eat where you think you're gonna be able to live forever. I mean, the fruit is gonna feed your spirit, soul, and temple of God, where you think you'll be able to live forever. So
Hey, Sierra, evil
those are the two
cider.
ones that I was when I
Y'all come
studied
on
it,
in.
and that's what was being told to me. That's what I was kind of getting the idea of when I used to have that question. And then when you think about it, if people stop and think and step away from the Bible and just live the real life these days, where does most, before the internet came out, where was most of the knowledge that we have? Where do we get it from besides experience?
I'm from stories
Okay,
told.
where do most stories come from?
The stories came from the people.
Okay, where did the people make note of the stories in?
The stories were written on stone.
Okay, and after stone, where did they take them?
Where did they take them after the stone?
Yeah.
They put them on scrolls.
Okay, what are the scrolls made out of?
I think um, some type of material like yarn,
Paper. Okay, they
paper.
come from paper.
Yeah,
But where does paper come from?
trees.
Okay, there you go. I don't think people will even want to hear that or understand that, but that's what it was speaking of. A lot of things we read, even doctors, even scientists, just about everybody, when they read something, the original book in stone was mounted into into stone walls. Yeah, that's where it was originated from. Then it was taken from the books in stone, or as Stevie Wonder would say, the writing on the wall. That's where most of the scriptures and stories come from, all from the writing on the wall. Then a lot of people took them from there. Some of them, and then they took them to Dead Sea Scrolls, but that's what Dead Sea Scrolls are made out of, paper. And then we took it from Dead Sea Scrolls to books, and that's what books are made from, paper. But people don't want to put those two together when it says don't eat from a tree of knowledge. Well, again, paper, books. This is way before the internet came out. Paper, books, they come from trees. Now, from my understanding, my research, and even asking those who are so-called pastors, deacons, ministry, and in that field, they all kind of gave me the same answer. They're like, no, we're not supposed to eat from the tree of life, because then it's supposed to give us eternal, everlasting life, forever, and we're not supposed to eat from it. I'm like, okay, well, where's this tree at? It's in Eden. Okay, well, where's Eden at? It's like no one can identify where this tree is. So it's, again, a story to inspire you in different ways, forms, and fashions. But when people say don't eat from a tree of knowledge, knowledge is power. If there's anybody who denies that, can you comment now? If you disagree, because the only way I can slightly I'll slightly adjust that and say that applied knowledge is power.
Okay, so I want to read Podcast TV comment to you. She said, if they say don't eat from the tree of knowledge, why do they grow fruits and stuff on trees?
Good question. Good question. That is each one. When I was asking, because when I was asking about the story, no one could give me enough answers that it made sense. Really, all it's telling people is do not eat. When they're saying eat, they look at how society is made now. There are a lot of things that grow on trees. Fruit, veggies, all kinds of stuff grows on trees. Walnuts, pecans, a lot of things grow on trees. Why they made them fruit, I don't know. But when they're sitting there talking about do not eat knowledge, go ahead, stop and step away from the Bible for a second. If you eat enough knowledge, meaning whatever I feed you, whatever I tell you, whatever you read, if it is a way to better yourself, let's say eating knowledge helps you find the cure for cancer. Do you all think they want you to eat enough knowledge where you can find the cure for cancer? No. If you eat enough knowledge, do you think this world will be able to, have you held hostage as a slave? Even though a lot of us still are in different ways. But slave as in chained, slave as in taking your knowledge away from you. If you eat enough knowledge, do you think you'll be able to you think they'll be able to hold you hostage as a slave? More than likely not.
No.
So, and a lot of people don't even want to understand that is slightly more than likely what it is referring to, because you look at a lot of people now who have knowledge, and you can't hold them back from who they are. They have freed themselves from who society and what society wants him or her to be, versus knowing thyself. Knowing who you are, freeing yourself.
So Podcast TV mentions Dr. Sebi.
Dr. Sebi.
Sebi.
Yeah. He's one of the only few doctors I've known of who found a cure for cancer. And then once he did, they had to find a way to catch him. I think they jailed him because for was it drug trafficking? That wasn't drug trafficking. What was it called? Money laundering. And then they put him away, and he wouldn't eat their food because he felt as though they were trying to kill him because of the knowledge that he knew. But again, that's knowledge for you right there. Did he eat a lot of knowledge that taught him the difference between good and evil, good of what he wanted to do for the people versus evil versus what they're doing in this world? They're not letting the answer for cancer go. But see, that's knowledge right there. That's a good example for you. And that's real life right there. That knowledge of knowing versus what's good and evil. What's evil is them not curing people who have cancer. That's evil work right there. That's the money being the root to all evil right there in your faces. But it's gonna go over some people's head. But he had
So I
knowledge.
want to read Sunday Rose comment. She said, I don't think they were really speaking of a tree. Literally, it was figuratively used as an illustration.
Well, and see but see, people use the trees, and people use that for all kind of examples and teachings. And of course, that's why I say when it was written on the book in stone on the wall, there's a lot of different people of different power who want to control the earth or do whatever, and everybody just looks at the same writing on the wall and they come up with their own stories. That's why you have so many different kind of religions now. But there's, I mean, some stories, just like right now we have so many different kind of, languages, so many different kind of races, and so forth and so on. So many different kind of living creatures on this earth. So I'm not saying, like animals or dinosaurs or whatever came over there and went to the stone and created their own story. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about human beings went there and they look at the scripture in stone and come out with their own stories. And even the scripture in stone is not the complete truth. It's a lot of it is just spirituality.
Okay, so Podcast TV said she said, but Dr. Sebi literally ate the knowledge though.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's why it's telling us, do not eat knowledge, because we'll do to you what we did to Dr. Sebi. So don't eat it, because the same people who are saying don't eat it are the same people who are saying we're the kings, we're the ones in charge, we're the authority, we're this and that. I wouldn't be surprised if the people who wrote that are narcissists either, because they want the praise, the glory of, I'm the king, I'm the queen. Don't eat knowledge because I will no longer be able to have control of you. And then when it talks about eating, don't eat the knowledge, it's saying books.
Hey,
It's
Jakey.
right to their faces. Don't eat knowledge of good. And why you think it was that we were not allowed to read for so long? Do people do the math on that? Don't eat, and you can't read either. We're going to take you away from where you were born or where you're from, so you can no longer read the language that we speak.
So we all agree that there's a lot of figurative scriptures in that biblical literature that for so many years, in my opinion, a lot of people took it literal and it wasn't supposed to be. But nowadays, Bruce, I'm just ask you this question.
Some people are waking up.
Well, lots of people.
Yeah.
You and I've been having this conversation for years. So lots of people know that now. Because I feel like my channel is a lot about, or there are a lot of people that come around. We're in the know. We're knowing. You know what I mean? We know. But at the same time, it's a lot of people, they're still saying, and I want you to talk about this. They're still saying, Cheryl, I don't care what you say. I believe that every word in that Bible is the exact word of God. It doesn't need any interpretation. It doesn't need anything. It's the literal word. What do you say about that?
The first word that I just like when I went out yesterday, when I went out this weekend, I had a little scuffle with this young lady who was she said she knew me, but her and I had a little disagreement. But here's the first thing I kept hearing her say.
Okay, trucker's wife.
Believe. Anybody who knows, if you would rather believe something than know the truth, I need your comment and answer. Do you even know the difference between believing versus knowing? Again, knowledge, eating from a tree of knowledge. I ain't got to believe I'm a man, natural born man. I know I'm a natural born man. I don't think people even realize that for themselves.
That's why hold on. That's why you pray. Hold on. Sunday Rose said, that's why you pray before you read the Bible or anything that has that kind of power. Pray for understanding, able to comprehend. So she acknowledges the power that the biblical literature has on any type of biblical, not just the Bible, but she acknowledges the power. Yeah, Jackie, you crazy. And she said you're supposed to pray before you get in there. But
yeah, I mean again.
But did you answer my question though? When I asked you, I asked you, why do you think nowadays that people still, excuse me, y'all, believe that it's every word, line upon line, precept upon precept, that it's literal, like it means what it says and it says what it means.
It does.
Okay,
Okay.
trucker's wife.
Well, again, people, again, here's a question I have. I believe people do it because of fear. That's why I believe they just stick to it, because of fear. But if you take enough knowledge, common sense, and study to show thyself approved, a lot of that fear will start to vanish. It's not going to, leave your system all at one time. But that's why I believe, then that's why I feel, and that's also why I've acknowledged, I've done all three as to why everybody's different. But some people just feel, and some people believe, and some people think that, yeah, the Bible says that, and it's like, okay, fine. So when it says in there, just in quotes, I don't know the exact scripture for it, but when it says in there again, I believe it was Jesus speaking when it said this, according to the Holy Word. You can something similar to, you can beat a slave as long as you don't kill him. Otherwise, you must, die. But I mean, and people actually believe that Jesus said that. People actually believe God said that, whoever they want to believe said that. But you can beat a slave as long as you don't kill him.
All right, I want to read Sunday Rose comment too. She said, I'll answer it because they are being misled. Many are called, but few are chosen. What's up, Stormy?
And that's
So I
only,
guess she's saying when they believe the literal word of God. I think that's what Sunday's saying.
it
What's
is.
up, Jakey J?
And see, it also says in the Bible to let there be meat in thy storehouse. But people will say, come up with every excuse in the world and switch that, saying, okay, well, because they want it to fit their feelings. So they'll say, okay, it says, let there be meat. Okay, it does not say money in there at all. It says meat. Well, what's meat? Chicken, cow, fish. That, to me, that's meat. But they'll change it because that's what makes them feel good. They'll change it from meat to money. And the sanctuary is not the storehouse it's speaking of either.
Okay, so Sunday says she don't believe it's fear. She believes it's a lack of knowledge and understanding for themselves.
Okay. Here's one question I have for you and your followers and fans, and and people who who want to
Don't
tune
call
in.
don't call them fans. They're not. We don't do fans.
My apology here for the followers, who are subscribers, and I'll put it like that. For
Thank
you
you.
subscribers. Okay. So if you guys found out that a narcissist or somebody who was mentally ill or had mental health issues, if you found out that that person was responsible for writing the Bible or any religious word, would you still follow that holy word?
That's a good question.
If you found out that the truth, that the people or the person responsible for writing the holy word that you believe in was mentally ill, was narcissistic, or had a mental health, issue or problem or challenge,
Well, you know what? That's
you'll
funny
follow.
that you said that because nowadays there are scholars who they're saying that about Noah. I think Noah was mentally ill. John, the Revelator, and Moses.
Okay. I mean, we'll never be able to know, but okay.
I'm saying that's what they're saying. That's what they're saying, really. What y'all talking about? This fan blowing my hair? Y'all are crazy.
She got jokes. That's funny. But yeah, and so even when it speaks of in the Bible, going back to the main question, don't eat from a tree of knowledge. But again, if we think about it, knowledge is in books, but nowadays it's on the internet. So I mean, back in them days, they probably won't think about the internet. They just looking at Dead Sea Scrolls and the books in stone. So don't eat the knowledge, because if you eat the knowledge, take it in. They don't mean eat it like an apple or fruit or whatever was on the tree. They're saying like, don't feed me the BS. Okay, well, they're saying, I'm going to feed you the knowledge that's out here. And if you start to eat too much of the knowledge, you're not going to keep buying into what others say. You're going to find out that you're going to go from the alternative facts
Hey,
that are meant
Paula.
to the truth of what's right. And I mean, trust me, a king and queen do not want people to have knowledge. They want to be in control of those people for until the day they die. And that's the way the government is too. The government don't want you to have knowledge of what they know. They want to go ahead and just, keep changing the law, keep giving you
Well,
alternative,
look, we don't
just
want to.
facts.
I don't think we want to speak about the government, because we don't want to get.
Fine. I'll leave them
Yeah,
alone
we
for.
don't want to get in no trouble. But okay, so
My bad.
I
But yeah,
guess my
knowledge.
original thought was this morning was I just wanted to have a conversation about the knowledge of the good and evil, because I find that both are very necessary.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, don't have when I kept reading that, and I also read a few books of Black history, and then it would talk about, well, the man in charge of his the man who was held as a slave with his wife or a child, or sometimes he would meet his wife and get married while they were slaves. The woman will always taught to follow the man who is a slave. So if you have a whole family who's a slave now, and the man is taught to lead the family that he met while he was in slavery, but if the man is lied to, if the man has no knowledge of how to get himself free, if he has no knowledge of good and evil, if he just does as he's told, the rest of the family is going to keep being just like him.
Right.
And so people are not putting those pieces of puzzles together with what religions are saying versus what life is. And I don't think they're putting them together. And here's one thing I don't think a lot of people even realize. Before the vast majority of slaves were only blacks, there were Caucasians who were slaves too. We're speaking probably before time. I mean, way before we even started counting down to the year 2000 that we're in now. There were Caucasians who were slaves before blacks, before African Americans back then.
Oh yeah, we know.
So it's like, I think people overlook that, and it's like, and so when I was doing a lot of history reading, it was I went again to the grassroots, where I guess Caucasians became so fed up that they were no longer going to be slaves, but then they did like they always do. They took ideas, they took concepts, they took the land that we call America now, and they took a lot of us from there. But again, knowledge is eating from a tree of knowledge is more eaten from books. Well, again, we're not going to speak of the internet, because the internet was not around back then. And they just ate knowledge, and the more they ate knowledge, the more they free themselves. But when you think about it, I think the Bible also has a scripture in it, such as I don't know the exact scripture or the exact book, but it says to you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free, or something along those lines. Okay, if you eat enough knowledge from whatever book, whatever tree is out there, and you are able to set yourself free.
Huh?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, hold on for a minute.
Is that not what life
Sunday, I can see
about?
your comments, boo. Sunday Rose is not blocked. I don't know what y'all talking about. Hold on, Bruce.
I ain't got.
Why does podcast have me blocked? Y'all respond to him, but I don't any comments by them. I don't understand how you block Sunday if I can see your podcast is not a moderator. Sunday? Hold on, Bruce.
Go for it.
She can't see your comments either. Podcast that you block. Podcast is not a moderator, y'all. And I don't understand why Sunday. I can see a Sunday. Could you right? I can see your comments. I didn't block her. Let me switch accounts. Hold up. I don't know why. Yeah, but podcast is not a moderator. Sierra? And I see Sunday's comment. Do you see it, Bruce?
Do I see whose comments?
She can't be blocked if I can see her.
I see you talking about Sunday Rose?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see her when she says like hum. And
yeah.
One is
that's weird. I don't block her. I love
Sunday. I can't see
any podcast comments. I don't know why you can't see podcast comments, girl.
Mm-hmm.
I can.
I don't know too much about that. I've never had that issue, so.
Sunday is Talking to Podcast TV. Must be on her channel.
But yeah,
Yeah, I see you now, Nina.
I mean, even
Yeah, I saw
the
you
last
before.
call, we talked about how it even says in the Bible that the Bible is written as an inspiration of God. It is, to me, it didn't say, I read that over and over. I didn't read that it said the Bible was an inspiration or is a, let me take it back. The Bible is written as the truth of God. But people get so stuck on the title God that they don't even know what inspire. They don't even want to know the inspire is not exactly the truth of what or how life is. And I mean, this, and don't think like things that we do now. I'm sure people were doing back then in those days. It's just that but I mean, again, the Bible is one of the best books in the world. And after reading it twice, I mean, I didn't. After I read it the second time, I did a lot of highlighting, and I went around and I asked questions about what I was, even about the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Like, where is this tree at? Where is the Garden of Eden? And it's more of an environment. It's not a specific location. And so I was like, when I couldn't get questions answered, it makes people think, and then
All
they go
right, so
from thinking. People
Jake,
go from thinking to feeling a certain way because a so-called pastor says something with a bunch of enthusiastic energy behind it.
hold on, Bruce. Jake, we're talking about the knowledge of the
Tree of knowledge.
tree of the knowledge of both good and evil. That's what we're talking about. So this morning on my morning live, I started the conversation about that, and basically my stance is that it's the duality for me. I even broke it down and said that I myself am both good and evil, and I think to me that's the landing place to me, because like I said, once you know yourself and you go inside of your own soul, then you should be able to see darkness there. But the thing is, I mean, it's easy for other people to pick it out, but it's not so easy for you to research your own soul and find those dark places. So that's where I'm coming from.
And then
Um,
our bodies are the temple of God. So what we feed our body should be positivity, good, nothing evil, but it should be nothing but purity, flawlessness, and things of that nature, and positive energy and things that have no evil attached to them. But sometimes we can't help it because evil or bad will come around us, and sometimes it'll rub off
I
on
don't
us.
see again. I'm not talking about evil being around us. I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking about evil being you, and
Mm-hmm.
then beyond that, Jakey. Beyond evil being you, as you identify the evil in you, which is your shadow,
Mm-hmm.
then that's the introspection part, Jakey. Then once you see that, then you actually be good with it. Like I'm good to the point where you're fine with the idea that you're evil too, as in also T double O. And then because sometimes you might need a little piece of that evil, because it's all about the balance, especially if somebody is getting behind you or bothering you or getting into you. You need a little piece of that shadow in order to run them back where they came from. You see what I'm
And you
saying?
know what?
Because you're living in a real world.
And people wonder why. Well, why people may wonder, sure, why do I love kids so much? But have you noticed that most kids, when they're toddlers, they don't have really any evil in their system unless they start to listen to music or watch TV or watch those around them. Have you ever noticed that?
I mean, yeah, children are innocent, yeah, but they
Yeah.
still got evil too, because they'll bite the shit out of each other.
I mean, that's not
Um, they do that.
that's not evil.
Nobody teaches them how to do that. Everybody knows that if you got little kids, I'm telling you, because grown people don't bite each other, but kids instinctually will bite the shit out of each other. I'm talking about, we have to. Cara said, yes, sure. We literally have to teach them not to bite the other kid because instinctually they just want to put their teeth in another child and they will bite. They will. They get agitated. They be like, "Arr," you know, they'll bite you. So you be like, oh, no, don't go back. Don't bite. No. You know what I'm saying? Because they
They
will
try to tell
bite.
you, hey, Cheryl, they that's their way of telling you they're hungry. That's all.
No.
I'm just
They
messing.
be,
I'm just
and
messing.
if you ever see a toddler, they'll get so mad that they'll start, ooh, the whole thing will tremble. They will tremble.
Yeah.
And another thing they'll do, if you get on their nerves and you got them real close to you, they might bite your face.
Mm-hmm.
I'm serious. They'll slap you hard.
They'll smack you a few times before they do
They
that.
pull
That's
your hair and scratch.
they like,
And see, that proves my point that the meanness is natural and it's in you. They, like Nina said, they don't give up. They don't. Because if they get mad, they're gonna rip into you. I ain't like, or to another child. Because my grandbaby Raylan slapped me so hard. Like Raylan slapped me so hard, she startled me. She just slapped the crap out of me for no reason. Well, it was some type of reason. Maybe it was my voice. I don't know what it was. But she gave me a whopper. I'm talking about, woo, child. I ain't lying. I thought my nose was gonna bleed. It was
yeah.
terrible. Yeah, but kids are mean.
And also, when I say that our bodies are the temple of God, it's like, okay, well, even the scripture, when it says to us, God is within you. What does that mean to people when they read that?
What does it mean to me?
To you and the people, and your subscribers. What does it
Okay,
mean
I'll let y'all somebody in there answer that. Nina,
when it
let's
says,
just say I work
God's
remote
within
now. Well, God in me, basically, to me, it just means life in me.
you? Okay.
I'm alive.
To me, it's also one thing it means. One thing it means is a positive spirit of energy that's in me.
Okay.
And I mean, a lot of people can say, how it makes them feel, what they think, what they believe when it says that. But when it says God within you, it's like, okay, well, why would the God in you not be allowed to have knowledge? Why would the God within you not need or want or deserve to know the knowledge that's out here from eating of a tree of knowledge?
Well, I don't think, I think we all know that God would know everything. So God doesn't need knowledge.
No,
But
I say the God within us. I'm saying the God within us. I'm not saying the superior, most high creator. I'm saying the God within us.
same thing. That's what I
Okay,
was talking about this morning. That's the end game. Is
and
to
that's
close
the
the
other.
book and to get into the knowing.
And human beings, as I heard you say, human beings are the tree of knowledge.
Of both good and evil, yeah.
Good and evil, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that right there is where it's telling people, it's saying, well, don't eat. Don't eat. You know what's crazy is I saw a Cat Williams video. He was talking about the same thing of the tree of knowledge. And he was like, I'm not going to steal Cat Williams' joke, man, because his jokes be rated R sometimes. But he was like, don't eat from the tree of knowledge. And I was like, Cat Williams can be a clown, though, man. But when I hear about, okay, I guess what some people also want to take is what other people's calling is. Don't try to eat their knowledge. What other people's, opinions are. Don't try to eat their knowledge from them. Stick to what you know. Stick to what of and what you've been taught and told. But when it's saying, as you were saying earlier this morning, our temples of God are the tree of knowledge. Okay, that doesn't mean that me, you, or anyone else should try to eat the knowledge of another person, meaning what they know or what their calling is or who they are. No, be yourself. And there's a lot of stories you can get from that, but it's just a matter of taking it for what it's saying. And then, like I said earlier, when it's the writing on the wall versus what a so-called pastor is taught and told, and then what the pastor will tell us is like, okay, I prefer just to go back to the original because there's so many I don't know. There's just a
Well,
lot of that.
okay, so what I did, this is the thing. I mean, whether you believe in a literal Bible as God's word to humanity, or you feel like it's a type of historical book and full of ideas of what other people think about God, or you feel like it's just a direct message to you. My point this morning is the good and the evil, the Bible itself, or that book, Genesis, it's saying don't eat from, I don't want you to know about the evil. I just don't want you to know about it. Or I don't want you to eat from that. I don't want you to know. I don't want you to eat from that. And what I'm saying is, that's ridiculous because do you see what I'm saying? That's ridiculous because you got to know about the evil in order to stay away from it, right?
And that's where a lot of people I think will fall short at. It's when it's like, okay, like me, I'm not afraid to say I feed myself knowledge of good and evil on a daily, because again, you can never know enough about. You can never know enough evil. You can never know enough good.
But you believe like that we need to know both, right?
Yeah, it's good you do
So the
because
idea, that idea is dinosauric in a way, and it could be slightly dangerous because I'm thinking, uh, a lot of people, not a lot of people, but when we talk about narcissism, right, their biggest fucking problem is they live in a fantasy and they bring you into their fantasy or that thing, and it's not real. It's not based on reality. They don't love you. They're not who they say they are. They're really underdeveloped children. So it's always like the fantasy. So what I'm saying is, when you hear this story, that you're not supposed to, that God is saying, I mean, the ultimate, smartest, most intellectual, intelligent being ever has saying to you, I don't want you to know about evil.
and you know
That's
what?
not real. That's not real. That's
He,
not real.
and
God
he,
did not. Hold on.
oh, I thought,
I just want people to. God did not say that. And so in 2024, I just need people to know. God didn't say that. Please stop saying He said that. Cause please stop teaching it like that. Just stop. So I just, in my mind's eye, Bruce, I just see in the next 50 years that they just might get rid of that. Just edit that right on now. Cause it make God look bad. Cause God did not tell you that. That's crazy. It's a fantasy. It's not real. It's not
suppose
real at all.
supposedly God did tell whomever that. Is there what excuse, explanation, reason why God can never say that again?
God didn't say that.
I know that's why I say supposedly, but I mean,
I
I
don't
can't
know.
again because there is none, and there is nothing just because most narcissists do want control. So again, that's why I asked the question earlier: if any of you all found out that a narcissist wrote the holy word that you believe in and you live by to keep control, have control.
Well, let me tell you, there is some very narcissistic stuff going on in there now. Yeah, I'm telling you right now, everybody, I mean, just to be honest, some of it is very, 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 very narcissistic. Bruce, they want you to take them shades off.
Who's they?
What's up, Tiffany? Stand on business. Hey, girl. Kisses and hugs, child. Kisses and hugs. um, yeah, it's a lot narcissistic. Some of it is a lot narcissistic. It is.
And so
Well, let me read this. Well, if he did, I've read it and I believe what I believe. Well, if he did, I've read it and I believe what I believe. What do you believe, Stormy? What y'all talking about? The original creator wasn't a narcissistic. It's the people that took over and changed the word. Okay. Well, that's my whole premise. That's what I talk about, period, anyway, right? That's the whole point. So this conversation, the one that we having now, need to be had. So then how can you say that that book is perfect in 2024? How could you say that? The writer, I always say, the writer, and you know, people say Cheryl is an atheist or whatever. No, Cheryl's not an atheist. I love God. I'm just telling you, according to what the writer wrote and what's written there, that writer sounds narcissistic to me. And he's saying, or she's saying, that God has said these things. And I said, no, I
Is
don't
there
believe God said that.
is there any way they can verify that? Because I can tell y'all right now.
No, none of us can.
Okay, so and I can tell people right now, God's speaking through me. That doesn't mean it's true. I can write down anything right now, say God spoke to me. And what I wrote down, it may come true, but that doesn't mean God spoke to me. And it's like people are just again, alternative fact mixed with feelings is what makes that's why it takes belief. That's why you have to believe because you
Well, like
can't.
I told them earlier this morning, I said, you know, a lot of my true church trauma is associated with knowing and loving and being friends with so many people. Okay, for instance, let me just tell you a short story, Bruce, and y'all, everybody in chat. This is a short story. I had this friend who was a Christian like me. And she had a holy lifestyle like me. She was single. I was married. She owned a salon. I worked in the salon. She was a woman of God like me. She loved her Bible like me. And she had a consecrated lifestyle like me. We often used to hang out. We used to go to special church services together. And we liked this particular minister because he was very gifted. Well, we did prayer sessions together. We had prayer circles and everything. And so she said one day that God had spoke to her and that man was her husband. That's what she said. She said God had spoke to her and that man. Why are you laughing?
Cause you
Uh-uh.
my fault.
Bruce, do not do that. This
My
is
fault.
serious.
My fault.
Because she passed away and I loved her so much.
Oh, I
But
didn't.
she just kept on saying everybody that was around us knew that she believed that God told her that was her husband. Well, she said it so many times that the sister reached out to the preacher and told the preacher what she had, you know, that my sister, you know, she's interested in you. So he did night services because he's a millionaire. He was a millionaire back then. So he come to your church. He gonna preach until like 11:30, 12 o'clock because he got to take out that money and make that money. Okay. So he always go out to eat after the service. So by the time he get to the restaurant, it's gonna be 12:31. So he called her up one night. And he was like, "Meet me at the restaurant," which was like a breakfast spot. So do you know what she said? She said that it is not fitting for a woman of God to. She grown as fuck. You understand? I'm talking about now. I'm looking back on it now, cause see, back in them days, I was in my 20s, and she was in her late 30s, but she grown as fuck. So she said it wasn't proper that she go meet him at the breakfast spot at a restaurant full of people now. She fully grown, he fully grown. You've been talking 5, 6 years that this man gonna be your husband, but you can't go meet him at the breakfast spot. So anyway, so time goes on. This damn man still ain't married. I was 20 something. This man still ain't married. She died about 5 years ago. So I'm saying she was a really good Christian. She was had a really good lifestyle. She believed everything that was in the Bible. She lived a Christian lifestyle, everything. But she was in a fucking fantasy. I get so tired because these people on YouTube don't understand my life. This is a life. This is real. This is no joke. I've been around people that I've loved, that they said God said things. God never said none of those things.
Question, Cheryl.
God never said none of those things. That's what I'm saying. God never said that. Number one, if God did say that, if she really believed that, why didn't you go out and meet him for breakfast? That was your opportunity because he invited you out. You a grown woman. She find Bible scriptures to validate the fact why she not supposed to be seen out at night with this. He's a preacher. You a preacher. Restaurant full of people, girl. If you don't get your ass over there to that restaurant, especially when you saying that he gonna be your husband.
Question, Cheryl.
Hold on. She was extra holy and wasn't strong enough to step out there. Love her too. Sierra know who I'm talking about. Sierra know exactly who I'm talking about.
How about the other young lady you brought to that I met one day?
You need the link. Okay, let me hold on. Hold on, Bruce. A Sunday want to talk, honey. Okay.
Go for it.
Settings.
But I was asking, Cheryl, what about the young lady you brought to my attention one time?
Okay, hold on. My fat arms showing. Oh Lord, I don't know what I done now. Hold on.
Oh, I ain't pay that no mind, man.
I ain't talking about.
I just yeah. When people say the Bible or God speaks to him or her, it's like sometimes that's all they have to say to grab people's attention. Is God told me. And the minute one thing I have noticed a lot of times is the minute somebody says God told me, nobody questions, nobody says a word. All you hear is amen, amen. I know that's right. That's all you hear. No one questions it. No one doubts it. No one asks for any proof, validation, or nothing. I'll just be like, And that's another question I have is that when every time God speaks to one, only that one can hear God speak to him or her. Very, very rarely can anyone else hear God speak to that person. So I'm going back to the Bible now. Was there any proof when God spoke to these people? No one wants to think about it.
Okay, Bruce is still here. And hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. Y'all know I'm not good at this. So
all I was asking them was how when God speaks to someone, why is it no one else can hear or feel God speak to the other person? Very rarely. And then why doesn't God speak the same to those who serve him?
I don't know. Hold on. I don't know. Y'all answer that.
Those are questions I had way back when.
I'm trying to figure out how to put it in. I want to make a comment. Where do I put it? Go ahead, Bruce.
No, I mean, and these are a lot. The questions I'm asking are a lot of questions a lot of other people have, and it's just that when we can't get a consistent answer, it's like, okay, the answers that we're getting, whether it's eating from the tree of knowledge, whether it's applying the 10 Commandments, when we can't get a consistent answer, the answers start to go all over the place. That's when you will start to see a lot of people questioning what's written. And I don't think people even realize either that what was written at that time. It doesn't say you people in the future. This goes for you too. And it's like, and that's also like, the Bible again is one of the best books in the world to me. One of my favorite phrases is again, iron sharpens iron, and study to show thyself approved, and the truth will set you free. Those are my three favorite, in the Bible. I don't know them all by heart. The books by heart.
Okay, I think I put it in there. Do y'all see it?
The link, yeah, there's the link in there now.
Okay. All right.
But it's all I know is the Bible is not going to be used against me as a weapon that will prosper anymore. Because again, eating from a tree of knowledge you'll free yourself from that. And once people realize they can't, control you with the holy word, they start to just walk away.
Okay. All righty. So the link.
It's there now.
Okay, but how do I?
They have to click on it.
Yeah, but now I can't see nothing.
What do you mean? And I've always said, when it comes to the holy religion, doesn't matter what it is, you're Buddhism, Muslim, Christian, Catholic, whatever, to each his own. You have my respect as long as it's not, lying to others, taking advantage of others, the life of others, or harming others. My respect, they can bring you that peace, love, joy, and happiness, which is what life is about. Yeah, it's my respect. But I mean, going back to the tree of knowledge, it can mean a lot of things. All I was saying was most knowledge that we get before the internet came here, they were those CDs in the mail, Cheryl, AOL CDs in the mail. Before that time, all knowledge, just all knowledge we got came from books, just the Bible.
Why are you breaking up like that, Bruce?
I don't know. I ain't done nothing.
I don't know if Sunday wrote now. I hate streaming. I hate it so bad. I don't know what to do.
Who wants to be on here?
I'm actually on my phone, and now I don't see shit. Only thing I see is me and you, and it shows the amount of time that we've been up here. So if Sunday trying to come up here, I can't see it.
Tell Sunday in the comment section she has to click on the link in yellow.
No, you're not listening. You're not listening. It ain't Sunday. It's you. Okay, because I done got okay. There it is. All right. So this is so stressful.
Let me. I just told her to click on the link. Matter of fact, let me say it again, man. I'm gonna say it one more time. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna type it one more time. I'm not gonna stop. Damn it.
Girl, let me move this nail, honey. Connection rejection. She'll see me sitting here eating, knowing that I ate this food, and this food is up under my nails. And she said, I don't think she take baths because she got stuff up under her nails. I'm like, girl, go to hell. Okay.
No man, that's called hard work. You see that?
Oh my God.
I just told her 2 times that, to click the link, but
she can hear what's going on. It is not, Bruce, you're not listening. Sunday ain't doing nothing wrong. It's me. It's me.
Oh, you mean for you to okay her to get in the show?
Yeah, because I can't get back to that. There's nothing on the screen. I can't get back to it.
I think you have to like slightly close the window or something like that. Like,
yeah, but I don't know how to do that. And if I do it, I'm going to go out. I already know it's going to take me all the way out. And I got to come all the way back in because now I see that StreamYard thing. And I'm not.
Okay, I guess you just did it again. Now you have to. I'll have to show you some other time, Cheryl, where you just kind of push the screen slightly up where it's in the middle, and then you can, tap on and add her. I'll have to show you some other time. But hey, all these opinions you guys have up here, man, there's never a wrong opinion. Again, it's to each his own. It's just to each his own. You able to do anything that time?
No, because I messed it up. I can't get Sunday up here because I already know it's too much stuff on the screen. I can't get rid of the stuff on the right. I don't know what to do with the stuff on the left. I can't do nothing. Yeah, she said I did. Yep. What's up, Agent X? So I'm done.
Let me see.
I did too much. And I'm on my phone. I'm not even on the iPad. I'm on the phone. So the screen ain't but so big. And every time I go out, I come back in and all this extra stuff is on this little bitty phone. So it's not going to work. I don't know how to get rid of it. Because at first, there was nothing on the screen.
We'll have to work on that later.
StreamYard is harder on the phone, girl. It's so freaking annoying. It's so annoying.
But going back to the topic, though, what are your subscribers, man?
Stop calling them people my fans. They are not fans.
That's why I stopped myself. Subscribers.
Sunday, you're not on your laptop. I didn't think you were, but I'm just saying I don't know how to use this StreamYard the way that I need to on this phone.
Again, hey Cheryl, check it out. Eat from a tree of knowledge. They'll show you or tell you how.
Say what?
Go ahead and eat from a tree of knowledge. They will show you and tell you how. StreamYard.
Oh yeah, Bruce, you could drop your link. Can you drop your link?
I don't have a link. What do you mean? This is your show. This ain't mine.
Yes, so that ain't gonna work, Sierra.
Mm-hmm. This is your StreamYard.
Kara said, she said, I'm a fan. I'm not offended. Love in this world has been suppressed. I think so. Well, you got so many people who are incapable of that love to begin with. Okay.
What is Nia talking about, man? Hey, what the heck you talk about?
Huh?
I said, what the heck is Nia talking about?
Nina?
Yeah. So my Bruce getting a viral whooping by who?
Oh, you know you getting a whooping by. Stop playing.
I don't know. She went what? By who? She ain't talking about nothing. She ain't talking about nothing.
Y'all listen.
Ain't talking about nothing.
Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know the Leo lion like y'all think y'all do. He is not getting ready to he is not getting ready to get no whooping by Miss Scorpio over here. Y'all don't know him like y'all. Bruce, will you take them shades off, please?
Well, I take them off. Who wants me to take off the shades? That's my question.
We just want you to.
Oh, y'all just want me to.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. My stream name.
What is?
Fine. I can do you a favor, no problem.
Yeah, he's yeah, he's a Leo. Yeah. Leos don't don't let Bruce fool y'all, okay? Bruce, you gonna take the shades off. All right, so I wish we could have got Sunday Rose up.
Fine, there you go. Happy now? Yeah. Never mind.
Whose comment is that?
Am I 52? The hell they thinking?
Now, Stormy, why in the hell did you just put a number out there like that?
I don't know where she got that from. Who thinks I'm married, man? They must know. They must don't know.
No, Bruce is single, guys. He is not high. Bruce don't get high.
Yeah, hey, cutting up. You gotta express yourself. You're not gonna stress yourself. That's just the way I live. That's why I ain't been, stressed or depressed in over 20 years now. And I believe in, this freeing yourself or freeing myself from religion was one of the key factors for me. But do I still read the Bible here and there? Do I still use it for the inspiration they said it was written for? Yeah.
They say you got that ring on.
They looking at the wrong hand. This is the right hand. This is the left.
Bruce said, y'all tend to y'all business.
I don't care.
Y'all supposed to treat my guests nice. Are y'all treating my guests nice?
They can be in my business if they want to. They just won't get paid for it. That's all I know.
What you say, Bruce?
They can be in my business all the hell they want to. They won't get one. They won't get paid for it. That's all I know.
Charles said you don't have to read the Bible to be a good person.
No. But see, it's one thing to read the Bible, and it's one thing to follow what the Bible says. I mean, because even in the Bible, it states somewhere, I forgot the exact chapter, it states somewhere that God made good and God made evil. So that made me think. Yeah. That made me think, why would God make evil?
I don't know where that at, Bruce. I ain't never seen that.
It's let me see if I can let me see.
Bruce, I ain't never seen that before a day in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're referring to the evil, the devil.
I think it's Isaiah 45, verse 7. I formed the light and created darkness. Oh, that's what it was. It doesn't say evil, it said darkness, yeah. And then I make peace and created evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. And it was like I would read stuff like that, and then I would pause for a second, make a quick note, and I would go ask so-called preachers, ministers, deacons, teachers about what does this mean? Why does it say this, and who's speaking? And they always say, oh, it means this. Oh, he's saying that. Oh, that. And when they couldn't get their stories together, and you're supposed to be a preacher who knows your Bible, but I'm hearing 12 to 20 different stories from that one verse, it makes you think. And a lot of other people feel that way, but they just don't say or do anything.
Nina, you crazy girl.
Isaiah 45, verse 7.
So God made the darkness.
Yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that he's talking about evil, does it?
Well, and then it says here, I make peace and create evil. Create evil. Why?
Oh, it does say that.
Why would God create evil? To me,
it says, say it again now.
Again, that's this is the whole Isaiah 45, verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
It states, this is again supposedly God speaking.
Okay.
I formed the light and created darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord.
Wait a minute. Stop. I make peace. Hey, Talitha. Hey, Agent X. And create evil. Agent X. And create evil. And that's in the book of Isaiah.
Chapter 45, verse 7.
And Isaiah was a prophet. So he's speaking for God.
Or did God speak to him and tell him to say that?
Well, he's speaking for God because he's a prophet. Okay. So he says that God says, I create evil now for balance. But what did I say this morning? Didn't I tell y'all that? The good and the evil, the negative and the positive is one thing. It's not two. It's not two different things. It's one thing. Dolitha, girl, we on the TV. Bruce, we on the TV on Dolitha's television. Okay.
It is what it is. And I mean, it's there are so many things where there's so many things that people are taught.
But Bruce, wait a minute.
All people gotta say, God said so, and people just leave it alone.
Okay, Stormy Boo. Say leave it alone. Oh, I ain't gonna leave it alone. No, I ain't gonna leave it alone. Y'all know I ain't gonna leave it alone. I ain't gonna leave it alone. I create you said evil? Sunday, you wasn't on this morning. I wish you was on this morning, girl. It said I created evil, Bruce.
That's what it said in the scripture.
All right, y'all in the comment section. I need y'all to go for what you know. I need a little piece of what y'all got, because I'm gonna give you what I got in just 1 minute.
There's a lot of time. If many of us only go by what others say and don't learn truth, to me, you're still a slave in many ways when you do that. And I say only go by what's written from others.
Okay, so you got the account of in the book of Isaiah where he said he created evil, and then we got the book of Genesis. Is it Genesis? or was it Deuteronomy when he talked about, I think it's Genesis, when he talked about how he cursed Lucifer for revolting against him and the third of the angels, and then he cast him down to the ground. You got two accounts, two different ones where God is because he said he made Lucifer, right? He made Lucifer, right?
When he
So
was an
he
angel.
okay, so he made him, and then he turned evil. Then you got the book of Isaiah saying that God said he creates evil. Well, obviously, if he made Lucifer and he turned evil. So then you got the tree of the good of the knowledge, the knowledge of the good and of the evil, right? You got the both there. You got, that's a lot going on. And then everybody want to look at Lucifer or Satan or whoever you want to call him, Beelzebub or whoever, as a separate entity when it's not. It's all the same thing.
Let me ask this question,
One
Cheryl.
person.
Don't we have positive and negative energy in our tree of life?
Yes.
God?
Yes.
People still don't want to hear the truth.
Isaiah was a prophet. I know Sunday Rose, Isaiah was a prophet, but he's speaking for God. What are prophets? They speak for God. Yes, but they speak. Okay, so you got two kind of prophets. You got number one, you got a major prophet, and then you got the minor prophets. They both are God's mouthpieces. Back in those days, God didn't speak to regular people, says the King James Bible, regular smegglers. No, you had to be called and be the mouthpiece to the prophets would speak to the king and tell the kings like King David, King Saul, both of them had the same prophet, would speak to them and tell them what God said. Because the prophet would be the ones in God's presence to get the message to take to the king. So if Isaiah is saying God said that Sunday, then we have to believe that God spoke to Isaiah. And that was God speaking because he's writing.
Now here's the thing: is how can anybody verify that that's what happened?
What do you mean?
What proof there is there besides Isaiah saying that God spoke to him?
It doesn't work like that. There is no proof.
Some people don't even want to.
I wish I could bring y'all up. I wish y'all could hit the link. Y'all need to, it's the Grabowski. It's on me. It's my fault. I think God acknowledges human capacity to be evil, dark, negative, but he wants us to choose to be in the light. He won't force his children, just my opinion. Agent X says, I think God acknowledges human capacity to be evil, dark, and negative. Okay, but where we get it from, Agent X? Because we are the created. We were created. Where did we get the negative from? Isn't it a part of our DNA?
It's energy. That's where it comes from. Energy.
It's energy. Okay, is that God's energy too?
Well, that's why I say God is positive, pure, flawless, good energy, where evil or the devil is the opposite. Negative, bad energy.
But what I'm saying, when the flood came about, who orchestrated it and who decided that that would happen?
That to me is a stolen scripture, but I'm not sure where they got it from exactly.
Okay, we're just because it's part of the Bible. So because it's part of the Bible, then we could talk about that. When the flood happened, most anybody that's in Christendom accepts the story of the flood. All of us do.
How many people died from the flood?
I don't know, but if it's saying the world, then it's talking about the earth. Yeah. So I don't know how many people live, but why does everything need proof or receipts? Because of the claims that the Bible makes, Sunday. You can believe some and not believe all. You must.
Says
you
who?
must. You must. You can't do that. You can't believe all of it. Why would you believe all of it for? Especially when you had man had a whole lot to do with those scrolls. They were found, but from the processes of finding the scrolls to getting them to the point where we were able to hold them in our hand and read them from our personal Bible,
They were
Was a
written in
big old process, Sunday.
They were also written in Hebrew and Greek.
And Latin.
Oh yeah, Latin also.
Hebrew, Greek, and Latin. It was written and translated. There's a whole lot of faith and belief, and there's just a whole lot of giving the benefit of the doubt to people that you don't know, to a book that is supposed to, well, obviously it has power, because that's why we're talking about it. But this is a lot of processing.
I'll tell you what, and Cheryl, I'll tell you what. Ask your subscribers how many of them are homeowners, and then tell them I said God told me that I can be the owner of their home, to give their home to me. That's what God just told me. Are they really going to believe that?
No, I want. Okay, I'm gonna let them, but let me just deal with it. Sunday say why believe some? Because Sunday, let me ask you a question. Have you ever met a person that you believe everything that they said? Have you ever met a person that they did everything right? And have you ever met a person that you felt like was perfect? The answers to all of those questions is no. Who deciphers some opposed to all? Well, that's how I come up with it. I never met a perfect person. I've never met perfect literature. I've never met or saw anything without flaws. That means writings or people. Never in my 53 years. There is no way that I would ever think to ingest that whole book as in true and not questionable. That's just not real. That's a fantasy. It makes people feel good to say God spoke to me.
That's true.
Well, as long as they say that God spoke to them, but don't say that your God that spoke to you told you to tell me something.
Yeah. And that's
just let it be for you. But I said that I've lived long enough to watch people that said God told them things and God didn't tell them shit. That's what I'm saying.
That's the to them, that's the fact that God spoke to them, because only they heard it. So that's their fact plus their feelings that makes the truth to them. That's the way a lot of people are. And they feel, and then they'll say, well, God's never wrong. I'm like, okay. Is it possible you were wrong the way you heard the Spirit of God speak to you? Is that
well, like the story that I told y'all about my friend? God didn't say that. God never said that one day. Do you know how much life, and it breaks my heart when I think about it, I literally can cry. Because she did die single. She did die. She never had a romantic. She didn't never have a romantic love from that point to the time she died, which would be 15 years later. Because she believed in this thing that God said, and she held God to his word, like what preachers tell you to do. You can't put God's arms behind his back and make him do anything. It doesn't even work like that. And what hurts me so bad is that people go into these churches with people who talk like that, because the people who were telling her that, they had warm bodies next to them. Tell this lady the truth. That man is not going to marry you. You're not even his type. Why would he have all these women around him? This man is a millionaire. He don't even live in the same state as you, ma'am. This is a fantasy, and it's not okay. It's terrible. I literally watched her live that life. It's not cool. I wish to God I was more of that. She was alive. We were closer, and I was more of the person that I am now. I would have shook her. You wake up out of that slumber. This is not real. You can have a man that loves you, a warm body, but that is not it. But as long as you believe the fantasy or the lie, then you can't get into the reality. You can't get that warm body next to you. I'm just sorry, y'all. It just triggers me because I've seen a lot of it. It's terrible.
There's times when when God may speak to one, but because others don't want to believe it, they're not going to accept it. And that's the life we live in today. And there's times when society, you know, the internet, TV will feed somebody a bunch of BS. And then even when somebody comes to work with that person or free that person, all that bullshit that society done fed that person outweighs the truth of what the other person who came to save them or rescue them outweighs all the energy that they have.
Now you said something, and you know, y'all forgive me. You know, I don't know how y'all gonna feel about this, but I promise to God, amongst those groups of people, there's so much bullshit. You're dealing with a whole bunch of mental illness, whole bunch of narcissists, and just people who just bull crap. It's terrible. And my thing is, like her. Now, do I believe that she had a good heart and was she a good person? Yes. But then she's around all these people who don't give a damn about your life. They don't care if you ever find that love. They got somebody to love them. What's up, Isaiah? They don't care if you're in the fantasy. They're gonna make sure that they are in the reality. You see what I'm saying? I've seen that, y'all. Y'all gotta forgive me, but I'm serious. I think it's horrible. I'm gonna read this comment. We're all born in sin. None of us asked to be here. I feel people make choices whether they're good or bad based on life experiences. God is certainly felt, and He whispers, not yells, to His children. I've lived my whole life that way. But I will say this. I got a lot more hits now than misses, meaning that now I know when I'm being led to do something. I know when it's right. I know when it's spirit led now. But I can remember back in my past, I'm just like that lady I just told you about. God didn't say shit. There are a lot of those things that I believe God had nothing to do with. That was just me. It really was. I can really look back and say, oh my God. And when you can live long enough or observant enough for your own life, when I know how I used to believe and I know how I used to think, and I was on the wrong page.
I've been there before.
Agent X, I know you have, Bruce. Agent X says, I regret having my son baptized and reaffirming he was sinful. No baby is sinful. They are perfect. Right.
Until we
That's
start
the sin
around them.
consciousness.
Until once we start bringing all that sin and bad doing and evil around them, that's when we start to see it come out of them.
Yeah, because we're actually, feeding that into them. It's complicated, guys. I mean, it's complicated. Y'all hold on for 1 second. Hold on, Ashley. Hold on. Hold on. I got to turn it down, y'all, because hold on for a minute. Just 1 second. Oh.
Kids are too smart for their age these days. Even though you never can be too smart. They're a lot smarter than we were at their age.
I know.
Kids these days, like, I want to say about 8 to 10 years ahead at their age.
Lock the door back. I'm on live right now, boo. No, it's quick. Okay, but your dinner is in the refrigerator.
Okay. Remember I told you I was petting Kinto dog?
Mm-hmm. Aww. You done got over your fear of dogs. Congratulations. I'm back, y'all.
I am about to go ahead and step away though, Cheryl, because I got some things to tackle, take care of. I was going to come up here and support you in the show. Hopefully all your subscribers.
No, you did not come up here and support me in this show. You wanted to talk about that conversation. I was done with this conversation.
But you was. Hey, I still hope all your subscribers hit that like, comment, share button.
All right.
Free. And they love free stuff. So go ahead, do all that while they can.
All right, Bruce. Thank you for coming up.
We'll see y'all.
All right, bye. Yes, Lord, I wish I could get one of y'all up here. Let's see. But I can't. Who's still here? There's 36 people in here. Hey, fight video. What's up? How you doing? This was so much food, y'all. I went to Alpaca. But anyway, yeah, I've seen so many people over the years, and I wish more people would talk about it. There was a time in your life where you really believed that God had said this thing to you, and over the years, it's in the refrigerator. And then over the year, and then over the years, you realize that God hadn't said anything. He didn't say those things. That was you, and you made a mistake.
What do you mean in the refrigerator?
It's in a bag, your KFC bag. You see it? You see the KFC bag?
There's no KFC bag.
Is it right here on the? Oh, it's right here, baby. Right here. You still here making toast? Yeah. So I wish there were more people who could have that conversation of how you just believe things. Yeah, I got you some mac and cheese that were not.
Can't believe you know that.
That were not. And it wasn't the case. Okay. Yeah, I wish that there were more people who would talk openly about that. How you have people say, well, God is going to do this, this, and that, and none of that happened. And this is not to make God look bad at all. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people have their ideas of who and what God is and what God will do and what God will say. And this is what I do realize. I do realize this. You cannot skip grades in life. If you were looking at life like school, you can't do that. You either evolve or you don't. I understand why we were taught to fear God, but if he's loving, merciful, and trustworthy, why fear him? Right. Right. I feel like some of us, the problem is that we've had a certain type of parent, right? And but for people that I've met in my life who've had really um, parents who really loved them, Latoya, okay, thank you, boo. Parents who really loved them, who loved them really and supported them, and who was there for them emotionally, even when they didn't do what they were supposed to do. But they really know inwardly, like emotionally, what that feels like to have somebody on your side, somebody that loves you no matter what. And I think that when you've been reared that way, then you cannot look at God as a scary God. I don't believe it. I think what we've felt and what we've seen in our childhood makes us believe that God is like the humans. And I don't think God is that way. I just don't. Even though I've been through a lot of, y'all know about my childhood and everything, but I just don't I don't know how I don't think that God is vicious and malicious and vindictive and scary and abusive. I've been around all that. I've been around it all, but I don't see God that way. I just don't. But some people do. They've had terrible parents or caregivers, and they themselves have beat the shit out of children. They themselves like to beat on grown folks. They like to punch and 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 do things bad to folks. They just bad. So I feel like your, according to your level of shittiness and meanness, your heart, you come up with your God. That's what I think. I've been, I've done things to people myself. I've been a little piece of shitty. I've been hurt, talked about, put down, mistreated, cheated on. I just don't want to hurt. My thing is this: I never wanted to hurt a person or to retaliate and beat you with a stick or steal your money or, make sure that you lost everything that you ever had. That's not even in my heart. My punishment to people is I don't want you nowhere around me. I just want you to go be evil over there. You see what I'm saying? Because I want to love, I want to live life, I want to have a beautiful life, I want to have low cortisol and a little piece of stress. No stress if possible. That's what I want. But I think when people are, because I've seen it, y'all pay attention to it. Pay attention to how a real bad person and how what they say that God will do to people. You ain't no better than the God that you believe in. I promise to God, I swear, I done seen it. I done seen it. I done seen people that say they preach, pray against people and pray for bad things to happen to you just because the Bible said it. I went to Catholic school and hold the fear of God put into me. I had the fear of God put in me. When I studied as an adult, I learned that to be untrue. Thank God you did. Y'all know that fear is cancer to our bodies. Let me tell you about the fear. Since you want to follow fear-based religion and hold on to that fear and all that stuff like that. Do y'all know that when the emotion of fear is rampant in your body, the body releases certain kind of hormones and that communicates to the cell to break the body down. Do y'all know that? But then you got people in your life that steadily feeding you. Fear is for control. Yes. Steadily, yes, agent. Thank you. Steadily feeding you a good old regimen of fear. Oh, you need fear in your life. You need to be scared of something. Leave me alone, ma'am. That's slave talk. Leave me alone. I'm not on Master's Plantation no more. Leave me alone now. See what I'm saying? Or you need to beat them children. Why are you taking things and hurting people's bodies? Somebody said their content creator is a content creator here on YouTube, and said his mama used to whip him with uh, drop cords, extension cords, while his body was wet. Some people co-sign that. Even now, y'all are not living these lives. Y'all are not doing this to children, but it's somebody right now doing that to a child right now today. They think they're doing right. They think it's right to do that. Fear is a mechanism in our body that warns us. It can, but fear at the same time kills us. Do you understand? You don't need it but one time anyway. A little piece of fear. And then a lot of times you don't really need that, because if you ever put your hands on something hot, you'll never do it no more because of the pain that exists. I don't need you continuously making me afraid and causing fear in me. I don't need that. Yes, Agent Ed says torture. Who would do that? What kind of insane person would do that? Have you ever been around someone who, do y'all know? Okay, so let me ask y'all what y'all think about this. All children don't need to be spanked. I don't feel like none of them do. That's my personal opinion though. But I know some kids are beautiful, loving, kind, and they do what they're told. They're just blessed, they're born to a mentally ill and abusive parent. It's not right, but it has been normalized. Right. It's not right. Mm-mm. Sadist. It is in our control to control our feelings. No, sir. That's why you got a lot of people who have to go into a program to even get back to even thank you, Tiffany, stand on business, to even get back to your feelings. Because you could suppress your feelings so bad that you don't have no feelings and you numb out. So it's not within our control to always control or access our feelings. No, it's not. That's why you have therapy. That's not always true. I'm not big on spanking. Some kids that are downright disrespectful do need reprimanded. Well, where they learn it from? Why the fuck you gonna, excuse me, and not no disrespect to you, Cara, but why the fuck you gonna beat a kid and you don't taught them how to be that way? You beat a child for cussing, but you done cussed around them since they were born. That ain't right. Or you and your man fighting, but you beat your child for going to the daycare and beating on a kid. That ain't right. The brain, we're going to separate the brain from the child. Just like I told y'all, you are not your brain, you have one. When that child is born, everything that child is around goes into that brain. And then they do what they've been seeing a lot of time. Daniel, you get ready to get blocked. Feelings cause chemical reactions in the brain. That's not a choice. It alters the makeup of our bodies. Thank you, Agent X. Daniel, you're going to get blocked because you're going to find somebody else stream to go to. Because you're not going to be over here aggravating me just for the sake of aggravating me. I'm going to block you. Okay? Because you do not know what you're talking about. You're probably one of them souls that I'm talking about. One of them ones that whoop children just cause you want. One of them ones that whoop children cause you a failure. You're mentally ill. You don't have it going on. You a punk in society. Don't nobody respect you. And when you bring your ass home, you beat on kids. Get on my nerves. That's why a lot of times children get beat on. Because the parent or the person that's disciplining the child is a failure. And the child paid for it. So anyway, it is what it is. But honey, that fear and that scary God, no. We just got to do better than that. This new generation, we just don't need to teach them that. It's not going to help them at all. It hinders them. Because some children are wonderful. Some kids are, what do I need to do? Delete comment number 1. And then put his ass in time out. I don't know how to do it. We judge people and don't live better. You go to another live stream before I block you. I'm not playing. Go to another live stream because you don't got the right kind of energy. Go ahead on now because you probably ain't even got no damn kids. And if you do, you probably treat them bad. Now go on, go to hell. Bye. And I'm in it. You're getting on my nerves. Go ahead on now. Go. These kids having a hard time. Children are being, I don't know, why you over here messing with me? Why you over here messing with me? I'm defending kids. What kind of damn sense do that make? These kids are having a hard time out here with these people. Now we got a big population of folks who live in hotels because they don't have nowhere to stay. And they got these children in these hotels with their lovers or boyfriends. Oh my God. When I look at that, it just scares me to death. Hey Monique, hey girl, how you doing, child? When I look at that, that just scares me to pieces. Seriously. It really do. But we get ready to end this live stream, y'all. Kisses and hugs, honey. Because that man done got on my nerves over here. Leave me alone. Go find something else to do. I'm over here defending kids. I'm over here, no, don't call me beautiful. I'm over here defending kids and trying to get people to believe in a loving God. Okay, try to get folks to think outside the box. I can't talk and be at work at the same time. I'm in the bushes, sure. Cara, girl, he done got on my nerves. Daniel done got on my nerves. Leave me alone now. Go over there to them toxic T channels. Woo, child. Anyway, I love you back too, but go on now because I'm about to tell you go to damn Hades for messing with me. Okay? Why you trying to raise up my cortisol levels? Okay? I done turn the light off on you with every damn thing because you bothering me. Charles, what you say? Spending 1 hour with you would change any non-believer. Cara said, I'm doing my... okay, Daniel, I'm going to forgive you this time because why is you over here bothering me? Okay? Bruce gone, child. He had to go. I guess he said, y'all, why y'all treat my Brucey bad? Y'all know I'm supposed to do that. Don't do him like that. He's sweet. Tiffany saying on business. They was a little rough on Bruce. How the hell I'm gonna get somebody else over here to talk to y'all and y'all acting like that to somebody called Bruce sassy. Such a beautiful woman. Thank you, Charles. Somebody called Bruce sassy. Why you call Bruce sassy? Y'all are terrible. Y'all are terrible. Y'all are terrible. Sierra, you still in here? Because y'all is over here calling Bruce sassy, honey. Agent, girl, I got to get money. We got to take this damn thing. Because the garbage man just came, y'all. And I don't know how 2 women and a baby accumulate so much trash. I just don't know. Please tell me how. Because I don't know how we do that, but we do. Okay? We do. Y'all, my face. I cannot stand this damn StreamYard camera. Let's see. Monet. Because it kind of look like, it's upside down. What's up, boo-boo? You like your food? Yeah. All right, y'all. Kisses and hugs. I'm getting ready to go. Y'all have a wonderful day. I might see y'all a little bit later on. Daniel, I'm not studying you. We're not being friends because you mean. Okay. Did it rain over your way? Because it rained over here. Then it stopped. Wait, Junior Graham, who is you, child? You here down here? Where you at? Y'all see my nail? I'm moving nail, child. You too, Agent. No. I'm getting ready to go. Y'all have a wonderful day. I'll see y'all later on. Katrina, girl, Daniel done gave me a hard time, girl. Make me want to end the live stream, okay? I'm not messing with him. And Bruce had to go. Lord Jesus Christ. Y'all worship Jesus. Y'all worship. I ain't never seen nobody stream the way I do. Y'all act like we stream like, I stream like we are besties. I literally stream like we besties. Like y'all my friends. Best friends. What are you doing? Oh, you take my line. I really stream like, Ashley, go put your shoes on, go bring the can down the drive. Because I need to get this trash out of here. You feel like it? Huh? You ain't got to. Huh? You don't feel like it? You don't? Because we would have had to wait all day until the damn until he came. Agent, you said I have a talent for making connections. I know. I do. But well, y'all know how I got that. Ashley, please get out that chair. That chair cracking is gonna get on my nerves. Please don't do it. So y'all know I've been a hairstylist for 35 years, dealing with the public. That's a lot of folks talking all those years. Okay, so I got skills. Daniel, I mean, you've been with your man since y'all were children. How young? How young, Agent? I missed my calling. What was my calling, Daniel? What's glowing on my face is a bronzer. So the bronzer, I put right through here on both sides, right there, right here, and tap on the forehead. That's what's glowing. But I don't even remember the name of this foundation. Oh, so you're my calling. Mm-hmm. You know what? Men folks always say that. I ain't thinking about you, Daniel. You know what? Because to be honest with you, I'm going to tell you a secret. Men have been the greatest hindrance in my life. Seriously. When I'm single, I thrive. When I get in a relationship, I'm stressed out. Seriously. I be overly concerned with how my mate is feeling, what they're thinking. It's exhausting. Like, I'm still tired. Like, I've been divorced now 4 years and I'm still tired. Oh, I'm still tired. Me and my daughter got a twin mole. Both of us is right there at the same spot. But yeah, I'm tired. We met when we were 9 years old, became best friends, and we are mid-30s now. We spent time apart, but always together in one way or another. Girl, you sound like me. I met my first husband, which is the father of all 4 of my kids, when I was 10. And he took me to the state fair when I was 12. And when I was 11, he was considered my boyfriend. But we didn't become girlfriend and boyfriend, till I was 15. And then we got married when I was 19. And we divorced when he left me. We broke up when I was 33, 34. You would do good with a gentleman, not a man or a boy or a girl, a gentleman. That sounds wonderful. You ain't no gentleman. You over here worrying me to pieces on this damn live. Am I? And I am talking about Big Bank. What you talking about, Katrina, girl? What you mean? Let's talk about how men try to hold on to you with their funds and still put up with their shit. Ooh. Ooh. Girl, let's talk about it. I wouldn't say that I know a lot about that, but I would say, what I will say is that, girl, stop cracking that chair. That
Well, I'm so hot. Can you give me the fan?
Is that before second husband left the house, he was taking care of everything. Not that I didn't want to help him, he didn't want my help. And for a brief second, I thought, Should I try to hold on him because he's a really good provider? But I couldn't. Emotionally, I just couldn't take it. I just couldn't take what was going on. So, because I was suffering so much. Because y'all know I'm a Scorpio now, because it's all about my feelings now. It's all about my feelings. So if people call me fake, I can't be fake. Do you understand? Because my feelings are, they're important to me. You see what I'm saying? And my truth is equally or more important to me. So I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I just let it get out. Money can be a source of control. Yeah, get out. You go in all to build money and get out. I figure out how to do what I got to do. I am a good man, but I'm too loving. What? For women, women tend to get back even from other relationships through me. And I nearly ended my life in 1999. Ooh, that's not good. Why would you do that? I've been through a lot of heartbreak too, but no, we're not in, no. We're just learning and growing and evolving. Okay. Please don't ever consider that again. Girl, this dude has all I am looking for, but is holding on too tight. He holding on too tight. What is he doing that for? What do you think? How do you let go of a relationship when a man is in love with you? Well, if you're not in love with him, you have to tell him that. Hey, Daisy. I forgive you, Daniel. I triggered you for some reason. I forgive you. We cool. Um, Cara, you can be gentle with it though. You don't, because that's what I was mad with my husband for. The way that we broke up. Don't do that to me. Especially when I had been talking to him. Like, so be careful how you do it. I don't know. I don't think there's no perfect way to do it. But I know honesty is important. You know what I mean? So honesty is important. You gotta be true to yourself. Sure, it's hard. I know it is. Love is so simple and yet the most complex thing. I know it is. I know it's hard. Ladies, if you can't give that man that likes you back, please, I beg you, lay your cards on the table. Please, I beg you. Yes. Because life is too short, you know. I hate to say that. I shouldn't say that because it's so cliche. But when I'm saying two people, you got to be true to yourself first. Because if you know you don't love him, you know, you acknowledge that to yourself. And then number two, you know, he deserves to know too. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, I can't. I can't do it. My feelings are important to me, and you know, it was nice having all, you know, all the bills taken care of for 7 years. I didn't even know when the bills were due. It was nice. It was my first time in my life as an adult experiencing that. It was nice, but unfortunately, I didn't marry him to pay my bills. I wanted a life partner, somebody that I could love and live and grow in the love. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want that. I didn't want a roommate or someone who, no, I didn't want that. Want me to move in and I have my own and telling me I don't need to work. I worked for the electric company for years. It sounds good. Don't do it. Don't do that. Playing with men's emotion is extremely dangerous game. Yeah, I don't think Katrina is playing. Daniel, I don't think she's playing. He wants you to move in. How old are you, Katrina? Because, now people got all kind of relationship dynamics. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to be the way grandma and them doing it. Okay, you said not her. But yeah, I agree with you, Daniel. Playing with people's feelings ain't good. You don't do that. Some people don't care, though. They really don't care. Like, they don't. Katrina, how old are you? And how old is he? Look like I got a sunburn. But I was sitting out in the sun the other day. 52. Girl, we about the same age, girl. Why can't y'all just be in love and be really good friends too at the same time and share your lives together, but both of you guys maintain your own places? Why can't you do that? I tell you what, if you're not 1000% sure, then don't do that. I certainly don't want to make a mistake like that at my age, at 53. Danielle, who me? I do love him. We just not on the same page. No, he said he wasn't talking about you. Katrina, he either wants a traditional housewife or he wants a woman to control and a free maid. Have you learned red flags for domestic abusers to keep safe? That's good advice. Katrina, it sounds to me he loves you back. He loves you back in the jealous type, which is not good. Yeah. Because I'm just saying, if y'all enjoy each other and love each other, why do you need to give up your place? Especially at 52. Especially. Yeah. Well, anyway, y'all, I enjoyed y'all today. I'm getting ready to go down for real this time. But y'all, kisses and hugs. And thank y'all for coming into the stream, y'all. I might try to stream. I want a panel. I want y'all to come up here and all of us is on this screen and we talk to each other tonight. Trust your gut. Wonderful advice. Yes, Daniel. I done been there, done that. Can't do that no more. Sorry. Can't. Well, go over there for the weekend, Katrina. And no, Agent X is right. Not all men. Go over there for the weekend. But anyway, y'all, I'll see y'all the next time. Bye.